assuming we're I can hear and see. Let's see, make sure I got the right sides. That's feeling kind of backwards. Is that where we're going? Okay, looks like we're live. Ooh, I'm live. I'm live. I'm live. I believe I'm live. Yes, yes. Good morning. Good morning. I'm here. I'm here. Let's see what we can do this morning. Let's see what we can see this morning. Because there is stuff to see this here morning. Yes, there is. Good morning, all. We're ready for what the market has to offer us. Let me share my screen over here so we can get to a chart. See what's going on this here in the morning already, because there's stuff already going on. There's stuff going on already. Early on a Monday. Yeah. Anybody? One of the things that you should look at, try not to let it be the first thing you look at in the morning. I try not to look at my charts. Oh, actually, we're back above 6,900. It had fallen below, it had fallen below 6,900 this morning when I woke up. I tried not to look at it first thing in the morning. Hey, y'all, I'm so sorry I'm late. I decided to come to my office to do my call instead of doing it at home and then coming to my office. I decided to just come to my office first. I don't teach until noon, but I have some things I need to do at the office. So I decided to come to the office, but that meant I needed to brave the morning traffic. I needed to brave the morning traffic in order to get here in time. So there's that. So I made it. I made it. I made it. All right. Let me see who's on here this morning. I see a whole lot of people who's saying hello. Let's see. Mr. Bell, Melissa. Good morning, Melissa. Good morning, Mr. Bell. Hey, Deborah. Good morning, y'all. You just jumped in Disney. Okay, good job. Good job. Uh, happy Monday. Ward is with us. I'm not sure what that just did. That was weird. Janine, good morning. Hey there. Janine, how you doing? My Day Littlefield, My Day Littlefield. That's Elaine. Hey, Elaine. I've always wanted to know who was the person who was in the Littlefield, but that's Elaine. Good morning. Morning, Pastor Will. This is your first time seeing me live. Janine, good. I'm so glad you were able to catch me live. But I'm here. I'm here. We're here. The chart shows us above 6,900 so far this morning. And when I looked at it this morning, and I actually had said to my crew that there was a little bit of potential blood in the streets, but it, it was below 6,900 at 68.99 SPX. I'm saying we like back above 6 on the call. So it matter. I don't get where did all that water go? I wonder. I filled up my water bottle this morning and a lot of it's missing. Y'all see this? I'm really wondering where all that water went. I hope it didn't spill in my car. That's what I'm wondering. I had a lot of more water in here this morning, and there's not as much water there now. I don't think I drank that much water. I drank some, but I don't think I drank that much. Okay. I took my medicine, so my medicine will keep me focused because that was a non-focus moment. But I'm wondering why that so much of that water is gone. Sorry about that. Sorry about that quick distraction, but I sure hope that that water didn't spill inside the car because it's got chlorophyll in it, and that chlorophyll is green. So the green, of course, that green water is not gonna be good for my seats. It's right, the water rides in the passenger seat. You know how when you ride and you put everything in the passenger seat? But I think I had it sitting up, so it shouldn't have spilled. Okay, well, we will not worry about that right now. Focus, focus, Arlissa, focus, focus. I'm trying to see about getting Adam's numbers. I was rushing to get in here on time to make sure I was able to bring my call. I want to make sure we could do our call. So here we are. We can see the chart over here. Good morning, Patrick. Janine says, apologize if the comments are a little bit. No, no, no. What days and times do I usually go live? So I go live on Monday, Wednesday for sure. Fridays are más o menos because Fridays I usually do live trading with my community. So sometimes I don't do YouTube live because I'm going to be live with my folks all day. So that can be just a little too much screen time for me. So I sometimes won't go live on a Friday morning because I know I'm going to be live with them. So always Monday and Wednesday though, Janine. Um, Along the bottom, you should see that it's not there now. In my community, I have a membership where we trade together and we do all the stuff together as a membership, and we have a Telegram and all the good stuff. So you can definitely, there's a 7-day pass if you want to hang out with us and see really what we do in there. You're free to join us or communicate with me offline. I don't do a good job of answering my LinkedIn communication because it's a lot of stuff that don't relate to trading. But if you want to find me on YouTube or find me in some other spaces, I always answer my trading information there. So if you can find me on Facebook or find me on YouTube, I almost always answer those comments because they're more trading related. Okay. Definitely. Okay. You can definitely DM me. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. Okay. No problem. All right, Janine. Okay. So let's look at what we got going so far this morning. Like I said, SPX is currently at 69.13. It has done a nice little recovery this morning. Let's go see what's going on the other, or where the VIX is and all that good stuff this morning too. I don't have a lot of time now because now I'm running real late and I want to try to be off before the market opens so everybody can have a chance to get a good look at their charts and stuff before the market opens. The VIX is at 1877. From what I understand, Bitcoin has had a massive sell-off. When I say massive, I haven't looked, but we will get to that screen soon. So we'll be able to see. But the VIX is at 1877. That is higher than we're used to. We're usually in the 15s, 14s, 15s. So 18 means we're up a little bit. The government shutdown, I'm sure, is playing its role and other things. Okay. Trump is going to launch a $12 billion mineral stockpile to counter China. Project Vault will involve a $10 billion US loan to get and store minerals for the likes of automakers and tech manufacturers. I heard uranium made a humongous move over over the weekend. I did see that uranium was making a move. I'm looking at my phone because it was at 54, I want to say. Yeah, 54. It's at 54 and some change right now. Uranium's making a move. Silver had a massive drop and loss Friday. So USAR and CRML are two that are in this whole minerals space. Not again, I do not make investment advice. I'm not an investment advisor, but I'm just calling out what I see. Okay. NASDAQ S&P 500 futures slide as AI worries revive. Gold claws back some losses after the latest heavy sell-off. There's gold is mentioned there. Disney takes profit hit on higher costs. Disney reported earnings this morning. War fallout. I guess everybody's not excited about that replacement suggestion for Jerome Powell. Everybody's not excited about him. Jobs report highlight Tyson earnings, Palantir results on deck. Palantir, I believe, reports this afternoon. We'll talk about that in a minute. Nvidia set to cool on 100 billion open AI investment. Warsh's turns spotlight on Fed's $6.6 trillion QE. Okay, that's what I see on Yahoo Finance. Shut this down. Let's go to the next screen. CNBC. All the pre-market futures are red this morning. The Dow futures only red by a little bit, 0.01% down. S&P futures down 27. NASDAQ futures down 170. Oil is red. U.S. 10-year bonds are green. Stock futures fall to start the week on Bitcoin decline, NVIDIA pullback. Okay, there seems to be a little bit going on there. Disney, erratic behavior in Bitcoin, silver, and memory stock threatens to unnerve the bull market. NVIDIA shares are down 2% after a report that its OpenAI investment has stalled. Disney beats Wall Street expectations, propelled by theme parks and streaming. Hollywood has a box office problem. The old movie sequel trick is falling flat. Okay, Bitcoin's coming off a brutal week. Alrighty, let's go. Oh, I want to go hit some more of these pre-markets. I don't want to stop there. Europe, let's see what Europe had. Europe is all green. European stocks climb as sell-off in precious metals eases. Everything green over there. Asia, on the other hand, it's all red except for the Nifty 50. South Korean stocks fall more than 5%, triggering temporary halt in trading. Oh, wow, they fell off a lot, so much so that we halt. Bitcoin is at 78,000, so it's just below 80,000 right now, 78,000, but it seems to be recovering. It's green, so it's recovering from its drop off. Ethereum 2,300, it's up 5%, up 2.22%. Sorry. Solana is green. Dogecoin is green. XRP is green. So though these have had some pullbacks, they're all green now. I guess in comparison to where they were the last time it was checked, they're all green at this point. Okay, that's CNBC. Let's look at our meetings. Today we have at 9:45 final manufacturing PMI and ISM manufacturing PMI at 10 o'clock. These are going to be right after the market opens. PMI at 10 o'clock is a red folder, so keep that in mind. The 10 o'clock turnaround is a real deal, okay? Please remember, I always say this on Monday mornings, that everybody and their mother, friend, neighbor, everybody who had a dinner or dinner party, a picnic on the weekend, all gets together, talks about stuff. People study their charts, they do all the things, and they put in orders. And on Monday morning, all of that stuff hits the market at the same time, right? So all the orders come in, the market goes like this. That's what all the orders look like coming in because they all rush in at the same time. Give it a minute, let all those orders clear before you put your money in there, right? Give it a minute. Let there be some clarity before you leverage your collateral, before you release your money. Give it a beat, okay? Give it a beat. Give it a minute. Let the market decide what it's going to do, and then you go on in with your capital, all right? That's what's happening today. Is a few that's really the only thing happening. Is this morning 12:30 we do have a FOMC member speaking, and then tomorrow we have JOLTS job openings at 10 o'clock in the morning. That's really what's going on. Some other stuff is happening this week. We'll talk about them day by day. I went through all of them individually, or the whole week. I went through that yesterday on yesterday's call, so I won't hit all those again this morning. Looks like I mentioned the PMI coming at 9:45 and 10 o'clock. At 11:30, I see Atlanta Fed GDP now happening at 11:30. 3-month and 6-month bill auction also happen at 11:30. And at 12:30, we've got FOMC member Bostic is going to be speaking. There's our chart. Let's go check out the earnings. Earnings whispers, what's happening today. Okay, I told you we had Disney this morning. Hess was this morning. That's fuels. Tyson was this morning. Couple banks. The bigger one that people will probably be waiting for is Palantir. It's going to report after the market closes today. And Palantir does have some recovery that it needs, but what we do as sellers, we're going to wait and see what happens, and then we'll ride the wave tomorrow morning. If you want to lotto, you can. I'm not a fan of lottoing as a seller because why? You don't need to. We can just wait for report and then go with what we find out. PayPal is in the morning. PayPal, PepsiCo, Merck, Pfizer, Eaton, those are all tomorrow morning. AMD, Supermicro, SMCI, those are tomorrow afternoon. Okay. We'll talk earnings each day as they come as well. I think that covers all of that. As far as going to see what Adam had to say, let me bring let me switch stages. I didn't take the time or didn't have the time to what you do? Didn't have the time to translate Adam's numbers to, I think this is number 3, to S&P numbers, but we'll do it in real time. All right, Adam gives us ES numbers. The difference between ES and SPX is 25 points. For my community, I will translate this into what we need and put it in our chat. ESF only opened 14 hours, but it's been A plus trading, as posted from 6 p.m. 69.20, which for us would be 68. 95 fail triggers a sale. We lost it and sold to 68.60, which for us would be 68.35. Newsletter readers knew that 68.99 or 68.74 reclaim would trigger back up, and we got it. The plan today, 69.35, which would be 69.10. 69.10, watch your traps. 69.20, which would be 68.95, are supports. Keeps 69.49, which would be 69.24 to 52. So 27. Yep. And 69.64. I'll give these numbers, of course. 69, that's a 6. So 69, 40, 39 plus alive, 68.95. If 68.95 fails, then we dip to 68.79 to 68.79. All right. 68.79 can be your lowest place. So what we're looking at, 68.79 being your lowest dip. Adam watches for failed breakdowns, basically where the market drops to a place and then recovers. That's what's called a failed breakdown. We'll definitely make sure that we get those numbers to you. Adam posts on Twitter. So if you're one who likes to follow the ES and SPX, which I suggest you do, ES trades throughout the night and SPX does not. So it's better to look at what happens in ES because SPX follows ES. So you check ES and then trade SPX. You watch ES and trade SPX. All right, makes sense. Watch ES because it doesn't have all the gaps. It doesn't have all the things that we see in SPX. You don't have all that in ES, and you can chart and trade and watch ES, watch your charting and everything in ES, but then trade it on SPX. Okay, that's what we do. So that's what I suggest you do. And Adam provides guidance. He has a newsletter for those who want to be able to see in a lot more in depth. He goes way, way, way in depth. He goes way in depth. So if that's something that you like to do, like to get into the nuts and the bolts, Adam gets in there, baby. As they say, in there like swimwear. He gets in there like swimwear. And if you want that, then you can definitely do that. Okay. Okay. You could definitely do that. Okay. Where else was I going? I was going there. Let's go look at some charts. Let's go look at some charts. I need to change my screen. Let's remove and then go to a different share screen. Oh, that's why that did. It said stop screen. I thought it was going to let me share a different screen. I think this is the one. Yeah, this is the one I want. Okay. So we looked at SPX 500. Again, it's at 69.18. Right. SPX closed on Friday at 69.39. So it's down about 20 points. Going to be at this point what would appear to be a 20-point gap down. We've got about 25 minutes before the market opens. SPX closed on a inside day. It's got an inside day on SPX. Inside day meaning it can go one way or the other. It's an indecision type of day. So we get to see which way we're going. 69.19 still leaves us as an inside. We don't break out of it until 69.01 to the downside, 69.49 to the upside. So at this point, 69.19 is still, 69.18 is still inside. All right, let's go to SPY. See what SPY is doing in the pre-market. SPY also closed as an inside day on Friday. Let me get to extended hours down here so I can see the pre-market. SPY had a gap down when the pre-market opened this morning, but it has recovered that. SPY closed on Friday at 691.89. It's currently at 689.71, so down a couple of dollars. Have a little bit of a gap open at this point. Again, we're 25 minutes away, but at this point, there's a gap down potential of a couple dollars, dollar and some change from 691.89 to 689.76. That's about $2 gap down in SPY. For those SPY traders, that's what's going on there. Triple Q closed on Friday at 621.72, currently at 618.60, so that's about $3 gap down there. $3 down in Triple Q. IWM closed on Friday at 259.62. It's currently at 259.25, so down about 40 cents for IWM. It's kind of in more of a controlled area. IWM, I won't say it comes late to the party, but it feels like it kind of comes late to the party. But IWM, I don't think was inside day on Friday. It was actually a 2 down on Friday. Triple Q and SPY were inside. I think Triple Q might have been a 2 down, but let's look. Yeah, IWM was a 2 down on Friday, and Triple Q was a 1. Both of those, Triple Q and SPY, were both inside on Friday. Got to wait to see what they decide to do. Actually, looks like Triple Q may be outside of its inside day from Friday. SPY would still be inside. Triple Q is out to the downside, and SPY is still inside day. Okay, Triple Q on the other hand, it was the low of Friday was, what I say, 619. The low of Friday was 619.30, and it's currently, Triple Q is currently at 618. So at this point, Triple Q is outside to the downside, but again, we still got about 20 minutes before the market opens. We'll see what happens to see what it actually does. That's what Triple Q has got going. Okay. Okay. IWM still doing its thing. It's very close to where it closed on Friday. All right. I mentioned copy trading last night or yesterday on our call. Every Sunday I am live on YouTube every Sunday. So I mentioned this, the results for copy trading for December and January. We had a good month, and I'm looking forward to an even better month this month. Um, Looking forward to us meeting the goal that I've set for myself because the goal is set by me. I'm looking forward to meeting that goal this month and moving forward. Those who copy trade, the link is running along the bottom. Basically, you're just putting your money into the broker account, signing up for the subscription with Peakbot, and riding along. Very passive profits. If you want more information, I do have a video on my YouTube channel where there's basically a Q&A on all the information about copy trading. I need to probably put that on here in the slide so that way you can see the thumbnail of the video so you can see that there's a Q&A. It answers all the questions about what is copy trading, what does it include, what do you need to do, yada, yada, yada. Okay, but that's what copy trading did for the month of January, and it's going along smoothly. We had a few bumps, but we've smoothed out a lot of the rough places, and I'm excited about where we're going with it. And for those who are along for the ride, I'm very glad to have you along for the ride and looking forward to where we're going. Also, check out the videos of the trade of the day. I do these at least 4 days a week. I try to do them all 5 days of the week, but sometimes after the market closes, I'm either in transition or not at home or something else is going on. But I record these each day that talk about how my day, the trades that went through the day and whatever I want to share. But definitely go ahead and share and check those out. The membership is open. Then the membership is where I do my teaching and training and guiding, and I give alerts for our trades and all those things. But this is where I'm making sure that we're developing and teaching and training traders along the way. This is where that happens. It happens in the membership. This is a community that I've curated and cultivated. It's a really great group of people who all work together to make sure that we all trade successfully, because trading can be very lonely, but we do it where we make it not lonely and um and so hard on the body, because it can be hard on the body when you're trading by yourself. It can be real difficult. All right, let's go ahead and do our declaration. I declare I'm a great trader, a successful trader, and a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses and my account is growing steadily. I'm a wise and a knowledgeable trader. I have a strategy that I use for my trades. I don't randomly place trades. I'm a level-headed trader who trades my plan and not my emotions. We're focusing on risk management this month for sure. And from this month forward, not just this month, but that's been our topic of focus for this month, because we're leaning in on making sure that we're managing our risk. And it's really been very fruitful this month, and last month been very fruitful, and we're continuing to do that to make sure that we're gaining our capital and we're holding on to it, right? That's been really good for us. That's been really great. Lord, as you gives us the power to get wealth, help us today to trade our strategy with wisdom and knowledge and patience and proper risk. Allow us to prosper enough to have what we need and enough to bless others. In Jesus' name, amen and amen and amen. All right. Okay, everybody. We've got about 15 minutes before the market opens. I want you to be able to look at your charts, get yourself situated, say another prayer for yourself, get yourself grounded and ready for what the day has, with whether you're doing your regular day job, being a mom, doing your life, being a housewife, whatever it is that you do, running your business, whatever it is that you do during the day. I want you to do it with grace and courage, right? Let's go into this market. We're going to get what the market has to offer us. I want us to stay green, and I want us to get this money, at least get some of it. All right. I will see you in the market. Goodbye, everyone. Bye.